Okay, so we are here now to do the, with Joe Turner, CJ Countryman, who's the main actor in Basement Heroes, and myself, the producer of Basement Heroes. And I guess, yeah, Joe's the director.
Yes, sir.
And let's watch Basement Heroes, if I can pull it up. So we're going to be watching the premiere version and not the CD release for those of you watching on the CD version.
Which could be slightly different.
Never know.
Okay.
Well, this is a trailer of a short film that me and Joe
worked on, yes.
Yeah.
Very cinematic, as you can obviously see there.
Yes, very cinematic. That was the goal, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nice incorporation of the 2001: A Space Odyssey music.
Indeed.
Copyright.
Copyright. That's right.
Yeah.
Then there's Jordan here,
Gasping.
wearing the same shirt that he did today.
He always wears that shirt.
Here's the altar of the mighty Mary Jane.
I want to get a picture of just the Mary Jane, and then that'll be one of the posters.
Yeah.
Okay, now I was always confused. Is this ice breaking like they're trying to get snow, as in like the code word for like cocaine?
It's supposed to look like meth, because after you've cooked meth, then you break it, and it breaks apart into
I see.
pieces,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
you crush it.
Because I know that...
Breaking Bad watchers, you'd get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, during the premiere, you couldn't see this dragon very well.
I know, you really couldn't, which was too bad.
But every time after I saw it, it's like I saw that and I was like, oh, that's clever. So wait, did you find the flame effect just online? You just looked up like...
I actually made my own flame effect.
Oh, really?
Did it, and I just took out all the color, and I took out all the background by doing a green screen.
Oh, cool.
And then I just, boom. Worked out pretty well, I thought.
I'd always forget that whenever we watch this, that this is in here, and then the whole thing would play really loudly, and I'd be surprised, and then I was like, oh, it's the logo.
Yeah.
That's true.
We'll have to try to update those as we come out with new films.
Yeah,
True.
actually, if you can send me some of the footage that
That'd be
you've done
good.
with your film.
I would love to do that. Classic.
Well, this is
I
like
love
the
the sound
best
effect.
one
The sound
here.
effect is rich.
Yeah. It's like somebody opened up a bag of Cheetos.
Jordan's
Yeah.
convinced that it was when he was eating chips and whatnot that I made that sound effect.
I do love the bells here.
Yeah, they were good.
The eerie music.
The eerie music is
Actually, you know what's
fantastic.
great about this song as well? Most of the early songs, like this one and the one with the villains, I actually ended up recording it on my computer mic accidentally when we recorded on the day, and I ruined the recording. But I had also been recording with my camera, so I was able to salvage the audio from my camera audio.
Oh, that works out.
Yeah, it worked very well. I mean, there was you can hear like page flips and stuff, but
Yeah.
with music audio, it's not a big deal.
With that shot,
Or with film audio.
with what's her face, Mary,
Mary.
Yeah.
coming up there. In the original video, you could see her very obviously right off the bat, but after taking down the contrast and darkening it, it makes this much better like reveal of her.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were laying on the middle of the road at
Yes.
night in this random neighborhood.
Car lighting is not easy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. The sound effects here with the swords, when I first started making this, I was quite happy with how they lined up and everything.
I think they did, because you do that kind of slicing as they slice across. That turned out well.
This part here, I like how the band. I had the band play like random noises at the end there, and it actually synced up really well.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thought we'd lost you there, chump. Now come on. Tomorrow's the big day, and we won't want you to miss it.
I can't remember how many times we tried to do the very first shot of this movie.
This was our first scene we ever shot, actually,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
It was this whole... This stagnant shot, I thought, worked out really well. And Nathan was fitted because you can't even see his head as he walks by.
Yeah.
He's just so tall. If you ever seen Police Squad, there's a character who you never see the head of.
This shot's always interesting because it's out of place because there's all sorts of new people, and this is like we did this way later.
And if you kind of pay attention to the leaves of the trees having all fallen, you can tell it's fall time. And then for the rest of the movie, it's...
Every time I see this, I'm just reminded of like that time when we shot this shot, and then Cody says "oh," and then you say "oh," and like you thought he made a mistake.
Oh yes, yes,
that's true.
I thought this worked very well.
I agree. I think this worked out really well. I love Jordan's voice for it.
They hadn't planned on the terrible storm that had begun to brew on their way home.
Recorded that in a car.
What's this game?
Hey, Michael, how do you use this? How do you incorporate the rain?
If you press the right button,
Well, the rain was a really fun job. I got to stand up on top of the roof of Jordan's house with a hose, and I could spray a bunch of people too while I was doing that.
Yes.
Actually, I learned of a way to make some pretty realistic rain in After Effects, which I'm happy about. Although I'd obviously rather opt for real water than the After Effects stuff. So.
And who's to say about all these wonderful After Effects? In fact, Cody made a funny comment to me about what it's compared to.
A Michael Bay movie blindfolded.
That's right.
Well, since I lost the footage for this, it was like, I need to figure out. And I realize now, if I put this scene and then the heroes waking up right next to each other, people would have been able to make the connection. But since since it's just this scene and then it's the villains, it's kind of like no one made the connection.
Yeah.
Which was unfortunate.
True.
All of this is just kind of small, subtle explanation as to what happened with the villains.
I mean, basically, I was just going for like, something happened at the house, but it wasn't even obvious that happened. So,
Dom really threw himself out of that tree. I thought that shot turned out pretty
I like
good.
this shot here.
I like the shot
strobe
too.
lights. Yeah, those are always classic.
You can see John adjusting his mask there
Oh,
when John having to replace Jordan in this
that's right.
scene.
Also, the lighting here was perfect.
Yeah.
The darkness and the kind of the weird orange but brownish feel. I thought that was really fitting. I don't think I could have asked for better lighting,
Yeah.
or at least natural lighting.
Hello, my chum. I have a plan.
Yeah, I remember how difficult this shot was because I think I was holding the boom mic and while you were circling around.
It was intense. But I think we did this in either one or two takes. I mean, we did this fast.
We did this in 2 takes. One take had Caitlin speaking, and then I was like, I don't like the timing of Caitlin's voice, so I ended up doing Daniel's stand-in voice.
Travel to the East Bridge.
This the sound effect for Jordan turned out very well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Or for Daniel.
Yeah, for Daniel speaking here. I like this cut way better than what I had earlier, which was just a cut to black and then here.
Instantaneous cut.
This I wish we had like done something different to make it more obvious. We should have.
This was difficult.
Yeah.
And it was difficult to explain, especially with the lighting.
Yeah, and while we did this in Joe's basement, we kind of decided just to add to the realism. We get all these extra like CDs that have like nothing on them, and just break them apart and
I forgot about that. And frankly, I don't know if you see one in this entire scene.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever got a shot of it.
You do see a bunch of junk all over the place, which is what this wire here hanging.
Yeah.
I remember when we did this, Andrea was she just could not do this.
She had such a hard time doing it.
I even looked up like a video of a guy getting electrocuted and
I thought in the end she did well. The only thing is she should have screamed. It's a little bit odd that she just kind of is silent as it's electrifying her.
And we needed the electrocution sound just a bit louder to really sound check.
That's my favorite sound effect of the entire, because I think it turned out so well, very much like Skyrim's sound effect.
Legitimately, the way it's you go on, and I looked up like a Sonic Boom sound effect.
Sonic Boom,
and just downloaded it.
Can't believe how red my face is. I don't
That's
know
really
why.
because of the grading on the color. Actually, that was more me because the way it was graded before, or that it was way bright in the scene. I hadn't really adjusted for when we did the dark to now daytime. So I darkened the scene and I added some color, and so everyone's face is a little bit redder.
You know, for this thing with the katana floating, I think it would have been better to have added something to make it obvious that he was controlling it. Maybe I was actually toying around with adding a blue glow to the katana, so
that'd be cool.
like a visual effect. Because I was looking at Kenshi and his eyes glow apparently. So.
I know I should call Jamie.
I love making those face expressions.
Yeah.
I'll call her, Alex, and Riley too.
Originally, this was supposed to be a statement that Cody's character is homosexual, so we chose only names that could be used with boys and girls. So Alex, Jamie, Riley, or whatever it was. But that joke was a little bit too weird, so we avoided it. Because I originally wanted it to be
gay link.
Yeah, exactly, kinky, as we talked about. But we ended up not going that route, so we didn't do that.
I don't know if my parents would be the most happy.
Yeah.
We had some weird, some jokes that just didn't work out in this thing.
Like our deleted scene.
Yeah.
Andrea, which you guys will probably see on the DVD if you look for it.
As to what these
you'll find it.
newfound powers are, the group heads to Entertainment Con, an event too great to pass up. Meanwhile, the villains, Jim,
I love the
Arcadia,
music in these
Steven, and Jordan,
transitions.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm thinking maybe for the DVD release we'll add in different jazzy versions because I played the other versions of different themes here.
Yeah.
This shot always gets everyone. It's just,
just it's hard to make the connection because Cody says back when he's walking that he has kind of a loopy mother, and then it kind of suddenly this scene, because we lost a scene where it kind of explains more of her alcoholism. But just that opening scene where she just drinks a whole bunch just gets people to laugh.
It was kind of funny because when I was showing it in the band room today, the management watching it, and I was like, "Oh, alcohol."
Yes.
In these shots that focus on, John and Allison, I was actually holding the camera, and I had very limited space to maneuver the camera. Well, not Allison, but
John's scenes turned out so well there.
You're right.
Yeah.
When I was your kid's age, I was hiding booze in the ceiling and in my coat.
This shot was a little tight.
And drinking
Yeah, it
the
was.
door and putting it back.
I liked Cody's reaction there, just like, "Oh, please shut up. I'm so tired of your talking."
You can't rationalize with a drunken mother.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet shot that Michael did.
Yeah. I like how you can hear like kids in the background screaming.
So, what are we supposed to do here?
Exactly, Jordan. We're waiting for a friend.
Who is this friend?
All the conversation during this part was like really fast, which I was. Part of the problem is the manner of how I took some of these shots.
Yeah.
And the other part is just the conversation in and of
So
itself.
how do you know my son?
Wait, you're his mother?
How did Nathan feel being with his mother, having her do that part?
I don't know.
I would like to have a conversation with him about it.
Yeah.
Because every time he says, "You're his mother,"
didn't answer
he
Yeah.
doesn't seem like he's enjoying himself doing this with his mother.
Good friends of us. We appreciate the ride.
Well, that's nice of you. No problem.
A raven at the convention center. The heroes and the villains, both of whom are totally
Once again, Jordan and his many voices.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For themselves, the organizers.
I like
Is that
how
intentional or not?
Kind of. He was just like, "Can I do other voices?" I was like, "Sure." You were there.
I think it works honestly because it's
Yeah.
like this film did end up being some semi-comedic. So
Yeah.
This is a great shot. I love it.
Yeah.
Trailer shot right there.
Exactly.
Thumbs up.
Also, the music here is awesome.
yeah, I was a little bummed out because right here when Nathan's supposed to walk in, there's supposed to be another like instrument added to the trios that is higher, but you don't notice it enough. But it's still works. This joke here.
That joke's great. So darkly comedic. Fargo would be proud.
Yes.
And then the
director
great
cameo.
director. It's not a cameo. It's probably the best part in the entire film.
Oh yes, you think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull out my pants. For
We
a second.
almost got someone else to do this shot, but or to do that.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I actually had a friend up here on the bluff who's a policeman. Problem is, they're very restrictive about having policemen in film just because of the possibilities of the them getting made fun of or whatnot and just public image. So.
That whole scene where they're dropping stuff was difficult. We had to have everyone get in a line with gear that they have to drop, and then they're supposed to walk in front of the scene and drop it all, in order.
That was unfortunate that just first thing that falls down is a piece of extra gum and it just sits there. It's kind of awkward. Not even just do the copyright and stuff, just because it's like product placement. Why don't you? And it's like we didn't even attend that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, John's scene with sunscreen.
This dragged on way too long.
Yeah, it didn't quite give the joke as much impact because we lost this. Or I don't even know if we shot the scene where they get together after they've dressed up to go to the convention center. But that's where he explains that he wants to sell sunscreen in order to make money because he knows that nerds are going to burn from the fluorescent bulbs, which I thought was a pretty funny idea, but we never really incorporated that. So the whole point of him selling sunscreens kind of doesn't really make that hit.
This shot right here always, everyone always likes this
just
part here.
His smiling merchandising style.
His market's face.
Oh, hello. How much? Just one easy payment of $29.95.
I was looking at the script. The original script actually says $19.95.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does he say?
He said $29.95.
Oh.
Wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation.
I don't think we've ever given back the owner of those knives. His name's Daryl, and he let us use them, and I keep forgetting to give them to me.
Yeah.
He asked me for them, and I'm just like, hey, come to film club, but he never does. So I guess he doesn't care about that bad.
I think this role suited Barrett very well.
Yes. Yeah. And what's funny is you see Barrett shortly thereafter, totally fine.
Throughout, everyone likes to say, "Oh, it's because there's a tranquilizer dart," but no, it's because he's dead, and he's come back from.
And he's just come back from.
Yeah,
exactly.
I should have added a little girl scream or something here. I considered it, but I kind of thought it was awkward then when I added it. It's just something.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
This scene I felt didn't have as much impact because we never established the characters and their names.
Exactly.
True.
I think actually what we should have done in the beginning, the intro shot when the villains sort of come into come into existence out of the houses. There's a utility in Adobe where you can actually have objects track motion, and I should have had names be tracked right next to the characters.
I see.
But I don't know if I could have done that with 4 characters all in the tight amount of space we had.
Great sound effect.
It is a good sound effect, and it's funny is they freak out about this death so much. And then they just keep having their little convention totally fine thereafter.
Yeah, right? No police, no investigation.
I didn't realize that.
I need a first aid.
Yeah, it was never clearly defined that Lizzie was based off whatchamacallit.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
That's true. It never really did get defined. I mean, she has the 2 knives in the fight scene, but that's not really enough to...
Yeah. And the
Makes
name
sense.
didn't do much. I mean, I assume you guys named
Arcadia?
it. Yeah, based it like just arcade games.
Arcadia... I forget where we got the name. It doesn't matter. They never hear her name anyways throughout the entire film.
It's a little disappointing here that the audio was so bad here that a lot of the jokes here couldn't be heard.
Yeah.
'Cause there were like pretty good jokes in
They
here.
were. Also, John is just like really hard to hear here. Impossible almost. And then when you hear the yelling, as soon as he goes like that, I'm always like, wait, who's yelling? And then it switches scene.
Oh, and then there's this guy.
Oh, yes. Producer cameo. Certainly one of the best roles right here.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yes.
Anticlimactic.
I love everyone's reaction here. So I've actually I've just been informed that one of the members of the film club, Mary Allen, actually came up with the name Arcadia.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Was that a breaking news story? That's
Yeah. I mean, my secretary just came up right now and handed me the piece.
Yes.
My assistant.
I wonder how she got that idea.
I don't know. Maybe my secretary could go and find out.
Yeah.
This part, I was like, I had warned you about this, and I didn't like the idea of having a pan across with these thingamabobs.
I think it turned out okay, but that sound effect where he grunts, I thought turned out fantastic.
It did make the scene a bit better. Oh, and then there's this. Making this sound effect here just made me woozy by the end of it. I had to go on YouTube and find several broken sounds.
This is so perfect. I loved your fall too.
Yeah, right.
The fall was so great.
I like everyone how they're all like,
oh my gosh.
shaking. I think the best shot here though is right here after this shot. As soon as she picks up the helmet, right here, he's just crying.
Yes, it's so fitting.
And I can't tell if he's crying or laughing.
Right?
Maybe both.
I never quite realized the brilliance of this shot right here until a week ago, and if you look at it. It was a perfect shot, just like a summary of all the villains, and I actually
who they are.
Yeah. This part here is kind of weird because it's like everything here has been so far comedic, like the burp.
Yes,
and
then things just get depressing.
Yeah.
Well, I think that in and of itself is comedic, right? It just becomes so dark.
Well, whenever this plays, everyone just I can feel the room get sort of still and is this?
Is there a joke?
Should we be laughing?
Oh, jeez.
I love these shots right here. These are
good shots.
Also, I love just the bass sound there when it hits the ground.
I really like John really pulled through on the music for this. I mean,
yes, he did. I agree. Music turned out great.
Yeah.
And then I like the fade in of the screaming.
We need to get out of here now. Wait, where's Donna?
And there's Jeff back there hitting the pole. Oh.
Notice Dom is not where he's supposed to be standing there.
I like here, everyone at one point or another is either looking at the camera or kind of smiling somewhat.
Yes. I think we did this in several shots. We could not quite figure it out.
Yeah.
And
there was so much trouble in editing phase to get this together because it was weird the way the video ended up being slow motion.
I love his just slow toss and serious face and then throwing it. I thought that was a good shot.
Alright,
really like how
pay attention. I actually for a split second look at the camera.
Just right at the camera.
Yeah.
At first I was unhappy because the music here actually doesn't technically line up according to the original score, but it lined up still well enough that like it reached the climax when Cody was yelling, so it worked well.
Yeah.
I like the music here too.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed. I think the music here is good because this is the digital version. I wasn't able to record this music, but since Cody's talking over it, it's a bit more difficult to tell that.
Exactly. And so it's just kind of subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually decently proud of my acting here.
Yeah. I thought this turned out pretty good. Yeah. It's the one genuinely serious melodramatic scene throughout the entire film. I think we did pretty good on it.
Yeah. This is a great shot here, great scene.
To get back our friend.
Yeah, let's do this.
Stop!
I remember getting everyone to like turn at the same time and timing it well was just a pain in the butt.
Yes, and then the random guy in the background.
The villains, unsure of this new threat, run from the heroes, hoping to find guidance on how to stop them from their mysterious friend Haxor. The hero
This is my favorite scene and the best music, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got to manage to get that scene working, because that scene where Dom like pulls off because Dom wasn't here during the chase scene, and it's like,
No real people, we were running through downtown Spokane in these costumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there were many onlookers.
John always comments about how he was freaked out because the Spokane Park police were always like staring him down.
Oh my god!
This scene, we're like split second, like we knew like
we
this
saw
is
those geese and we were just like, we need to do
opportunity.
This shot. Perfect.
Yeah.
There's actually a name for like opportunistic filming.
Oh, is it?
I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
You ever seen Super 8? He yells it when the train comes in the beginning of the film. He yells that name. I forget what it's called.
Production value?
Something like that.
I don't know. I like that movie though. It's awesome.
This is a pretty good shot here.
Yeah, I like this. But you can see because of the DSLR, it actually like the world
slants,
kind of slants. Yeah, and that's just the way the sensor works.
Hey man, calm down. We'll find her.
By the way, this statue right behind us is an astronaut statue.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's an astronaut releasing a dove. Do you remember?
Oh man, it's been a while.
Yeah. I've been down there enough that it's like
You remember it?
Yeah.
That scene, we did 15 takes trying to get that scene. Allison had a really tough time figuring that whole scene out, but I think we edited it. I think Michael did a good job of editing that.
I mean, right after Help, she stomps there and she was going to say us, but like managed to cut it out there, and so it worked really well.
This effect was great. Also, I just love the music for the ferry.
Everything here for the ferry is great, except the sound effect is just really loud.
Really loud.
So, I was planning it to be a more subtle thing, but I'm sure we'll fix that for the DVD release.
Yeah.
This is a pretty cool shot.
Yeah, I do like that shot.
Yeah.
Larry, making yourself dizzy isn't
I do like the
it.
swishing sound too.
Shut up.
That's classic.
Yeah.
I also like the music here.
Yeah. I do like... This one was probably my favorite one to compose here. There's just so much complexity in this song.
Seeming as though the villains have gotten away clean, Larry is surprised to discover with the help of a new friend.
Although it's disappointing here that the timing wasn't perfect enough that I could have continued it throughout the scene. But, you know, what can you do?
Yeah.
The music did need to be a bit more louder here because the music's the only thing really happening here. I love this transition. City, then the middle of a town, then the middle of like trees and plains, and then the forest.
Just trees,
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
And I love how we have to assume that they've been running for like, I don't know, 30, 40 miles.
Right.
Fine. Be that way.
Allison hated that helmet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she hated it so much.
During her fight scene between her and Nathan, the first thing she asked me to do, Michael, can I like lose my helmet or something? And so that's why we had the first shot.
Choreography.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, the shack.
What a dump.
Those sound effects right there are great too.
That's my favorite like non-musical sound effect there, with John's sword being
pulled out.
I love doing that shot.
It is a good shot. It was good for the trailer too.
Yeah.
I remember us freaking out about bees all the time whenever we did that shot.
Oh yeah. This shack was
horrible.
Was so dusty.
I started coughing so much.
Drowsy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When I came out of that shack, I needed like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it was bad.
The air is terrible. That's a cool shot because you like leave the focus. It like pulls back.
We needed a bit more of something to make it obvious that she had been tortured there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite get as much value considering we lost that whole scene where it gets explained that she.
Yeah. What we wanted to do was put in Allison's voice saying she got tortured.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They went this way. Donna! Wait! This looks like a trap to me.
Following his friend's sound advice, Larry knows he can't charge out without a plan.
Finally, now return to his normal voice.
His normal epic voice, that is.
Yeah.
Hey, over here! No!
This part here, I had forgotten to take a video of the villains charging, which is why I had to like salvage Scream's some other takes and these takes where they're just sort of looking around, and I think it worked out well.
Yeah, I think it turned out well. It's explained enough.
Over here!
And the music just, blasts in, and I think it's so fitting too because they charge out and then the music hits and it's just alright. It's time for a fight scene, I thought that was perfect.
That was a really good shot there.
That is a good shot.
We'll miss today. Avaris, I choose you.
Music's good here.
I was a little bit bummed because the scenes here are more comedic and the music goes more dramatic, so it's kind of a clash. But otherwise, I really did like the chords that were built there.
And I thought the assault rifle worked out perfectly. And
Yeah.
And it's just kind of funny seeing a Pokemon master just pull out a...
Yeah, everyone always laughs at that part.
Yeah.
Oh, and when we were trying to get this to be played in the band, no one could do it, which is why I had to use the digital version here. It's just, and to be fair, it's not easy.
Yeah. And I think it works out in the end. Hood on.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
This here is probably has my favorite shot and my favorite music in this fight scene.
And I mean, let's be honest, this is really the best fight scene here. That hitting right in the background, the bass sound is perfect.
Round one.
The round one here. I really liked, we had Barrett choreographing this, and I think it worked out really well. Or at least helping with the choreographing, not like doing the exact choreographing.
Right.
I'm hoping that for the next film, if we have a fight scene, that we'll take like a few months to actually choreograph like really fast fight scenes.
Yeah.
Didn't we do this shot a lot too? Because we kept laughing.
Yeah. Jordan doing that is so funny, and this is so great. It was hard trying to get a good balance of the. I don't think we ever really did the best. I mean, it's not something you see in a film where they might go to a happy place.
I like this part here where he sniffs the flower, and we didn't actually plan it to be like perfectly like that, but it worked out so well.
This is a great shot.
Yeah,
it's very intimidating.
Shot, Jordan.
Yeah.
And then it cuts right into here.
And then we have our first villain killed.
Yeah.
You know, I realized that the in the script, GG and EZ is not really like the joke. EZ is not come across because EZ is typed,
right?
And but GG does come across.
Yeah. Well, and that's like a gaming term, right?
Yeah.
That's where it derived from, anyways.
Is that a pine?
Finding a sound effect for an explosion there was difficult until I.
And I think it works out in the end. The cool
having
little
the 8-bit one.
8-bit one, yeah. Everyone laughs at this scene.
Yes.
Looks at me because I was the one who told everyone we should do this scene. It's so brutally.
and Joe here wanted to have like slashing sound effects.
Yes.
Might as well have like
whatever we could to make it even more brutal.
Gruesome.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed because I could never the mace breaks.
Was blood.
And I could never like find the shot where the mace rolls because I remember us taking the shot too, Joe. So
yeah.
Up, down, left, right, BA, start.
This is another one of the really great jokes right here.
This
and
joke
it's just because
came
the
across,
editing.
Yeah, this joke came across really good.
Yeah.
Every time I chuckle at that scene, it's just the perfect punch-in with the perfect bass in the background. It's just perfect.
I am a little disappointed with this. The way you crop the film, you can't see him like sort of shoving his face in, but you can still assume it. But it's,
yeah, you can kind of still assume it. Yeah.
Making the music for this part here was really difficult. I went through like 5 different versions of music for this.
I think in the end it turned out great.
Which I'm happy about.
Wait a minute.
Greatest part
Everyone
here.
loves this too. Ta-da!
Convenient labeling.
Even though in the Killings massacre scene, they do separate Pokeballs and then suddenly they're all in one.
I like here how everyone is like completely like in just regular clothing because even though they were at a Comic-Con, and then there's Snake here. Like this shot here was so great.
That was a great shot.
Everyone was there. The camera was positioned. I was like, everyone hold still. I've got to take a picture of this, and
that was great.
The end. I liked how you put the end there. Like that
I
matched so well with the music.
Initially, I wasn't going to do it, but then when I just heard that last note, I was like, "Oh, this would be perfect."
No, yeah, that's great.
Sign.
Especially since the music wasn't time. It was a little too long, just a bit. But yeah, that's perfect. And here we have the setup for the potential sequel of Basement Heroes.
Yes, which I'm sure will be a contender for upcoming.
I will be defending that.
I made a joke that like that's of course that's the main villain, but it's like that's just Joe editing the movie.
Yeah. Well, Michael edited the largest part of it.
Yeah. But I've been in your basement before. I'm like, that's Joe for you. These ending credits are fan-friggin-tastic.
Yeah, this is all Michael once again. These were great.
Yeah, I was like, during August when I made this, it's like I was thinking about the Avengers, and it was like, we have to have an end credit sequence like the Avengers. So it's like, and I'm really happy about how the 8-bit music was going on. Like, I got stressed during the music making phase because like I'm gonna have to make a whole score to time with this, but then it was like, I'll just make an 8-bit version. It'll be fine.
And it turned out great.
Yeah, especially just a little I can never remember this word. Just a little sort of remembrance of the old games.
Nostalgia.
Retro.
Nathan really likes this theme here because it really sounds like the old Pokemon stuff.
Yeah. Was retro the word you were looking for?
No, it's a recognition of the old stuff. I can't remember the word. It figures.
That's something from like Bowser or like the castle in Super Mario.
And then this music.
I love this too. If anyone's ever played Minecraft, they get this reference.
Yeah.
I had to look online to find the little like cracks stuff, but I'm pretty happy I found it. This track, I was like, there was no music that I could make that was timed well enough for this, so I was like, oh, I'll just make this up.
Your name is worth 2 Oscars.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yeah.
I like what I chose. Like in every hero, there's like something colored, and I like how I colored in Joe's mustache.
Yes, the mustache was fitting.
The choosing of the colors there was brilliant.
And that was the film.
Yeah, end credits here. One of the things I bummed out about it with the end credits is I didn't put in backup actors. I didn't put John and Caitlin as backup actors, and I didn't put Dog Handler, which is Jordan's sister. So, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy with how these turned out.
Yeah, these turned out pretty good.
A few misspellings here and there, but that'll be fixed by the DVD release.
Dom Gonzone, our Pokemon player, he created the story.
Yes. Funny story that he really never was able to make it to any of the meetings, but when we finally had our decision day for a short film, Daryl, who was the one who brought us the knives, he provided his story because he couldn't really think of one himself. And that ended up winning the whole dang thing. So that was pretty cool.
Like I like pulled out all the stops here to make like us look as like fancy as possible by giving us so many like positions, even though half these positions are sort of like just minor things.
Yeah.
And the Mount Spokane Wind Ensemble there. I liked how we put everything there. In memory of Jeremy the Cactus and Tweeters.
In the making, I just realized that. The making is together. Thank you to Green Bluff Grange for showcasing the film for us, and also for the school for letting us make this club and make this film ultimately and do lots of shoots at their place. So that was pretty cool.
I mean, there's a lot of thanks for appreciations that need to go out throughout this entire thing. I mean, to the Growers Association for financial aid, which will go as a budget towards our next big film. We actually now have a $200 budget.
No freaking way. That's fantastic.
And what was the budget for this movie?
Well, it was because, I mean, arguably it's negative because we weren't supposed to take money out of our own coffers.
But Joe here provided like
$150 out of things.
Joe here provided $60 worth of gear and stuff, which, well, I do thank you for, because a lot of those props, although I feel like we could have done a bit more better research into the props because a lot of them did fall apart.
Yes, and you even see that shot which we didn't mention when Andrea breaks her mace. That was not intentional, but we ended up just incorporating that into the film because we thought
I had mentioned earlier that the I'm kind of bummed I didn't find the shot where the mace sort of falls and rolls over.
We worked on that, and that was a pretty sweet shot.
I remember doing that too, and I was like, but I decided to incorporate it anyway. So But yeah, that was Basement Heroes.
And no matter what our next film, we'll definitely not be losing anything.
We'll have many more lessons learned from this film.
And that's the important part, is learning what to do. So
it's I mean, let's be honest here, it's not technically a good movie.
No.
But at the same time, it's just kind of like acknowledge that we're just a bunch of dumb teenagers running around with a camera.
Exactly.
And it's a perfect showcase of the memories that we shared together.
Exactly.
I mean, without making this movie, I probably would never met this guy.
Yeah.
To quote Mary Allen, the film club is our only social interaction.
Exactly. And ultimately, I just think that it's better to have something than nothing at all. So,
a lot of effort was put into this, and everyone here just really enjoyed making this. Even though we may have a little maybe I don't want to say dislike, but just sort of kind of like negative feelings towards the way this turned out. It was still fun to make.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's ultimately the most important part, is whether or not you're having fun making what you're making, and we had fun. Certainly.
Even though the film itself didn't come out great, there's a lot of good quality other stuff like the DVD and the menu that'll probably end up coming with this, all the various things that are outside of the film. I mean, all of that, and a lot of other various parts within the film were very high quality considering we're just high schoolers.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. So thanks for being with us to watch the film together. We appreciate you listening in on our commentary of the film.
Yep.
All right. So. We will see you all later.
Take care, guys.
Peace out.
To watch Basement Heroes 2.
That's right. That's right.